I've been involved in the fitness industry since I was 22. I'm in my 30s now and looking back, cringing at some of the things that I used to do. Many of which were things that at the time I thought were healthy and definitely were not. Some of these may surprise you, but I want to share with you now those 10 mistakes that I made then so you can avoid making them now. This one is so embarrassing. I used to walk around with one of these jugs. So I would try to finish one of these 1-gallon jugs every day for a little bit. Not only is it terrible for the environment, but now we know maybe more people knew. I didn't know. I didn't think about it. About all the chemicals that leach out of these things, especially when exposed to heat. Also, 1 gallon isn't some magic number. So now I use different hydration cues to gauge how much water I should be drinking and try to use reusable bottles and stainless steel whenever I can. In my 20s, I would make every workout the hardest workout I could possibly do.
It's time to grow myself large and wide.
To me, it wasn't a good one if my arms and legs weren't total jelly by the end.
Ow.
Now, while it's fine to go hard and challenge yourself often, there's a difference between that and just totally destroying your muscles every single time you go to the gym. I was trying to actively make myself bigger and stronger each individual workout. And in the process, I did end up with some pretty nasty injuries. And guess what happens when you're injured? You miss gym time. So it's kind of counterintuitive. Not only that, but a lot of the gains that you get come in the recovery process through nutrition, sleep, and letting your muscles rebuild what you just broke down. Once I started focusing more on recovery and the little muscles, like stability muscles, not just the big ones, every workout, I started feeling a lot better. I also changed to more of a strength and conditioning workout split versus a bodybuilder split. Around 2013, protein snacks were all the rage. Maybe it was just in my world being a fitness trainer, but it seems that Quest bars started the whole thing. And it amazed me that I could have a portable snack that was 20 grams of protein, almost no sugar, and tasted, well, pretty much like an apple pie. White chocolate raspberry though, that was my favorite flavor. That one was a banger. Then came, well, more flavors of Quest, but also other brands started jumping in with different variations on snacks like protein brownies, cookies, Rice Krispie treats. And I would stock up on whatever I could. I would take it to work, on road trips. So what was wrong with this? It's protein, but the problem is these protein snacks were so processed, and to achieve that really desserty flavor, they're full of fake sugars, chemicals, and flavorings. Now, I'm not anti-protein bar. I still do eat protein bars, but they don't have the same macros as the ones that I would have had back in the day, but I'm sure that they're a lot better for my body overall. Cared about was hitting my protein numbers and not eating a crazy amount of sugar. But something I didn't pay close attention to was fiber. Yes, protein gets all the attention.
Popular, you're gonna be popular.
But fiber does just as much good stuff. It helps keep your gut microbiome healthy, keeps your blood sugar stable, which slows down digestion and helps keep those energy levels up. And it helps detoxify your body by, keeping you regular. Now I put more intentional effort into making sure I'm getting enough fiber every day. I still struggle with this one, but I really feel the effects of it now. I didn't really when I was in my 20s. Back then I'd work out at all different times of day, but many times it would end up being after work, late night, sometimes 9, 10 p.m., and even later once in a while. I would have a blast on those 10 p.m. workouts, 9, 10 p.m. It'd be pretty empty in the gym. Whoop recently did a study, I'll link it in the description, about how working out intensely between 4 and up to 6 hours even before bedtime can seriously disrupt your sleep and your circadian rhythm. Not good news for the night owls. I've always been a night owl and winding down is tough for me, but I have been really trying to move my workout time earlier to late afternoon or even early evening as much as I can. a fitness show was probably one of the least healthy things that I did in my 20s. I actually didn't even have a huge want to do a show, but I was dating someone at the time who was training for one, and I was already doing all of the workouts and the meal prep already, so I figured why not. Plus, you have to understand, back in like 2012, probably till about 2016, fitness shows were super hot. Everybody who was anybody in fitness was training for one. It was just the thing that you did if you were a fitness person. Anyway, that whole experience was a huge waste of time, money, and effort for a variety of reasons, but for this video, we'll focus just on the unhealthy ones. Although competitors are often praised for being so disciplined, a lot of times what they're doing is actually borderline disordered eating and working out. And that's not including all the secrets about drugs in the industry. To get stage lean and be competitive, women often have to drop down to 10 to 12% body fat, which is below what's essential for normal hormone function. For a woman is around 14%. Overtraining body parts to get them to pop leads to injuries and muscle imbalances. To prepare for show day, you have to dehydrate yourself to get your muscles and abs to pop, which I'm sure you can gather is not very healthy. And lastly, the hyperfixation on your appearance is very mentally unhealthy as well. Your fitness level is not determined by how little or how much body fat that you have. And that was a huge thing that was misunderstood in the 2010s, and I think we're kind of getting away from that now. For a few years, I was really into throwing BCAAs into my water during my workout. There's two problems with this. One, again, with the artificial flavorings and sweeteners, here I was throwing Rocket Pop Firecracker into my water. It's been shown that drinking BCAA supplements at best don't really do anything for you if you're already eating enough protein, aka a big waste of money. And at worst, it can actually have some health consequences, which we won't get into it in this video, but I will drop the study in the description if you're interested in looking more into that. By the way, Chipotle was a mistake that I made in my 20s, but I'm still making it in my 30s. The fitness influencers of the 2010s were a lot like the ones that you see today, but with a lot more emphasis on bodybuilder style of eating and training. Versus now you don't see that as much. It's more of a focus on expensive groceries and supplements. The message was, we're not doing this to be skinny, we're doing this to be strong. But their version of strong was a six-pack, capped shoulders. I did follow a lot of these girls. One in particular was Dana Lynn Bailey. Here she is here. She was the first woman to win Miss Olympia in the physique division and still claims to this day that she has never touched steroids. I'll let you be the judge for yourself. But yeah, they really set an unhealthy and really unrealistic standard for women in their 20s or really of all ages on their fitness journeys. In my early 20s, I did not use SPF on my face every day. I didn't start doing that until my mid to late 20s, I think. Now, we know that we are exposed to UV rays that can come in while we're driving through the window, or while we're sitting at a desk, or even just going in and out places. So now we definitely want to avoid skin cancer or premature aging. So I do put on SPF on my face every morning now. This one, I don't know how to say it. Say? This was my first real long-term relationship, and I'll call this one a fitness mistake because it wreaked havoc on my physical and mental health. I was constantly in a state of stress. My skin was always breaking out. I was getting random rashes all over my body that wouldn't go away. I had trouble keeping on weight, and my confidence was really low. Ironically, most of our relationship was held together by fitness. We were both really into working out and eating healthy and meal prep and all of that. But once I left that relationship, my skin cleared up, my rashes magically disappeared, and I was able to put on healthy weight, good muscle, and just felt so much happier overall. I learned that fitness is not just nutrition and working out, it's every area of your life. You can eat healthy and work out all you want perfectly, but if your relationships are causing you stress, It's still going to affect you, and you can't out-exercise and out-eat high stress and bad relationships. Well, there you have it, the 10 mistakes. Are any of these mistakes something that you expected? Have you made any of these mistakes recently or in your 20s? Did any of these surprise you? Would love to hear from you. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you in the next one.